Hey guys, what is going on? Payne here once again, and welcome back to another episode of my Manchester United career on FIFA 14. We're kicking things off with a fixture in the Premier League against Cardiff City. We're playing away, and Man United not doing too bad at the moment in the Premier League. I mean, we had a really rough start to the season, picking up draws and losses here and there. But now we're starting to pick up that pace, starting to pick up the good results. We need those 3 points to add to the league table, and we're slowly catching up with Chelsea and Liverpool. Liverpool are doing exceptionally good. Really wasn't expecting them to be in the top flight up there with the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal and City, but City aren't doing that good, which is kind of surprising, seeing that they spent all that money in the summer on decent players and they just don't seem to be the team that they was last season and the season before. But taking a look at the league table then before we kicked off against Cardiff, to be fair, City, they're only really 4 points behind my United side. So, and we're still early on in the season. I mean, we haven't even hit December yet. It's not even Christmas time. But I just have that feeling a lot is going to happen after Christmas. The second half of the season, I reckon City are going to start getting those results that they want. Hopefully my United side do as well, and we keep up this pace, this good form at the moment. And also I have that feeling that Liverpool are probably going to slip up, get a few dodgy results. I can see Chelsea continuing on their good run of form at the moment. They've got the backing of Mourinho, who, to be fair, is a good manager. He'll keep them motivated throughout the whole of this season. I would like to see, I know it's strange to say, but I would like to see a push from Arsenal as well. I mean, they brought in Ozil, as you all know, he's on the team, but the last couple of times I've played Arsenal, when it was in the Capital One Cup and also in the Premier League, Arsene Wenger never started Ozil, even though he was fully fit and he was on the bench, because he's just one of those great players, isn't he, that just brings the confidence to the team, that motivates them to try and get that result at the end of the day. But for some reason, Arsene Wenger just isn't starting him. So I don't know what that's all about, and I reckon that maybe if Wenger did start Ozil in this career mode, I can see them turning things around, picking up the results that they need for the league. I mean, they find themselves in 6th position at the moment, and as I was just saying about City, it's still early days, and they're only really about 4 or 5 points behind my United side. So I wouldn't mind seeing Arsenal putting up a bit more of a challenge in this career mode, like they are in real life, putting United under pressure so we can try and get more results, get the best out of our team. And just take a look at that for a sitter. Valencia, perfect cross inside. Van Persie should be doing a lot better than that, really. Hit the ball on his left foot. We all know that he's a beast with that left foot of his. But as he saw the Cardiff goalkeeper, he was already on the ground, anticipating the ball to go under his arms. It just seemed as though there was one big massive force field around the goal, not letting it in. Really, Van Persie should be doing better than that. He should be scoring goals like that. But take a look at Ashley Young's pace. Sensational player. He's been great this season so far, grabbing some goals here and there, assisting players like Rooney and Van Persie. But Van Persie, he made up for that mistake he made earlier on in the game, and he made it 2-0 to Manchester United in the 73rd minute, and that was the full-time score. 2-0, Van Persie and Kagawa getting on the score sheet. Great result, great performance from this United team, and I want to see more. I want to see more like that. After that game, we was back at Carrington, and I had received another international management offer. This time it was from Portugal, and once again this was another huge decision to make, just like it was when the English FA came to me and asked me to take charge of England. But I did reject the offer from Portugal. I want to continue concentrating on United. I mean, we've got some tricky Champions League fixtures coming up. I mean, we're in the knockout stages now. We're in that stage where we're going to be facing the bigger teams of Europe. And at the moment, I can't be doing with the hassle of having to pick an international team to face such and such a team. You know how it goes with the international scene. But anyway, after that, the chief executive came to me. He said there's a risk of you losing 6 players, and there's 6 main players as well, with the likes of Patrice Evra, Vidic, Rio, Carrick. I know they are getting older and their stats are already decreasing, but the thing is, what would happen if I was to lose all of those players at the end of the season? I've only got, let's say, at the moment I've got 30 million to spend. I'll probably be given another 25 million come the end of the season, depending on how well I do in the Premier League and other competitions. So let's be realistic, that really wouldn't be enough to bring in maybe 3 or 4 amazing or decent players to fill that role and continue United's success. So there would be, maybe if I did do that, there would have to be room for team building once again, and there'd probably be just a dip in performance from the team, and we might not even win a trophy next season if I was to do that. So I wanted to get them to sign that contract, and I can build them from there. So if I do bring in a central midfielder to replace Carrick, I can play Carrick on a rotational sort of basis there. And the same goes for Rio and Vidic and Patrice. I mean, I did bring in Leighton Baines, who can replace Everett just perfectly there. And speaking of bringing in and replacing players, in my previous video I asked you guys to leave your suggestions in the comment section below of a central midfielder that could possibly come to United and replace Michael Carrick. Someone that has great pace, great strength, has the ability to be a great playmaker. And you guys did just that, so thank you very much for taking part in the comment section below of a central midfielder that I could replace Michael Carrick with. And there did seem to be a very popular choice of the player. So what I've done, I've added the player to my shortlist. I've inquired about him at the team that he's at the moment, and I've also made a bid now, so I can't wait to get back on FIFA 14 to play it, to see the outcome, whether he will be joining United in the January transfer window. It's going to be very exciting, so you guys are going to have to stay tuned for probably my next episode or the episode after that to see what happens. Anyway, to this fixture against West Ham United, trying so hard throughout this game to make it 2-0, maybe get a third goal, but it just wasn't happening. And so the game ended just 1-0 to Manchester United. But we picked up the 3 points, that's the main thing. After that though, had some sad news in my email inbox. The likes of Fabio, Makeda and Januzaj all declined my contract offer, so I had to go back and start the negotiations all over again, because I don't want to be losing Januzaj. He's a great young player, he's got the ability and the potential to become maybe the next Ronaldo, so I want to keep him at United for as long as possible to continue developing that player. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with Makeda. I might, when the transfer window reopens, send him out on loan and then see what happens at the end of the season. Maybe I will end up selling him, the same as Fabio as well. So as you guys can see here, I'm finally setting some instructions from my scouts, because over the past couple of months they've had nothing to do. They've been sat at their desks twiddling their thumbs, and they've quite frankly been annoying me. So sending them out, sent them to Europe so I don't have to see their ugly mushes any longer. So off to Europe they went to scout for some central midfielders, also some centre halves at the back four as well. There's no harm in sending out your scouts. Who knows, maybe they will come back with some good news, maybe some good players that I might be interested in to bring to Old Trafford. So anyway, United's next fixture is once again in the Premier League, and look at that league table. Liverpool still taking charge of the #1 spot at the moment, but I'm hoping that league table will be changed around very soon. This fixture was against the Hull City Tigers, Hull Tigers, whatever you want to call them. And here was my starting 11 for this game. Going for a bit of an experienced side. We've got the likes of De Gea, Raphael, Ferdinand, Vidic, Baines instead of Evra, Carrick cleverly, Januzaj comes into the team, Ashley Young, Wayne Rooney slipping in just behind Robin van Persie. And I know I've mentioned this over the past couple of videos about me changing my formations. That is coming. Trust me, that is coming in the next video. I do actually get round to changing my formations, so you're just going to have to stick with me. I do change it to the 4-4-2 to see how that would work out, because some of you guys have been saying that Rooney works a lot better when he works alongside Robin van Persie. The first goal of the game went to Manchester United. Raphael getting on the end of a sweaty goal in the 68th minute. When you take a look at the replay, you're not really going to see it here, but Valencia was through on goal, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and anyone watching that, you probably expected me to absolutely smash the ball, but I didn't want to take a chance and gave that one to Raphael. I know it was a sweaty goal and it was a bit cheap. At the end of the day though, a win is a win, and I mean, if those 3 points that we just picked up against Hull meant that we was to lift at the Premier League trophy come the end of the season, then I'm going to take that any day without a doubt. At the end of that game, went to the email section, and Makeda, Januzaj and Michael Carrick will be staying on for a couple of more years at United, so that's good news, especially with Januzaj. Looking forward to developing that player a lot more in the coming seasons. United's next and last fixture on this video, guys, is to be played away in the Premier League against Norwich City. The last time we played these, we had a bit of a tricky time against them, so I was hoping to turn that one around. Here's my start 11. We've got the likes of De Gea, Jones, Smalling, Evans, Evra. Fellaini returns to the team in this one after being out for 2 months with a broken rib, alongside Anderson, Welbeck, Nani, Kagawa and Hernandez up front. So with just 10 or so minutes remaining of the first half in this game, Norwich City, they were on the attack, trying to hit Man United side on the break as fast as they could. And watch Johnson, surely that was offside. In my opinion, I think the linesman was wrong there, made the wrong decision. He should have called for offside really, and it should still be 0-0 instead of 1-0 to Norwich. Chris Smalling, he was appealing for it, and De Gea was totally confused. He didn't know what to do, go back between the sticks, come out and try and get the ball off Johnson. So that cost United. But as soon as United kicked off in the second half, Kagawa could see Hernandez making space for himself. Through ball, Hernandez threw on goal. Defenders did manage to catch up with him, but they just couldn't prevent the ball from going into the back of the net. Nice little celebration from Hernandez, and it was great determination from the team and myself to get back into the game, but that just wasn't enough to pick up a win and those 3 points at the end of the day. But both teams walk away with just 1 point. Guys, that is the end of this episode. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. If you haven't done already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Links can be found in the description below. And I'll see you all in the next one.
I've been Jeff Stelling.